I guarantee you, by the end of this video, you are going to understand everything that you need to do in order for you to lose that stubborn belly fat in just as little as 1 week. You'll finally understand why your body isn't changing, even though it feels like you're doing everything right. I'm Bridgman. I'm an IFBB Pro professional bodybuilder. It's quite literally my job to gain muscle, but more importantly and relevant to this video, lose body fat for my job. Even more relevant than that is I am an online coach, and I've coached over 1,000 people to this point to achieve the dream physique that they've always been thinking about. These are some of my clients, real people just like you. These guys and girls had busy jobs, a lot of responsibility, low energy, stubborn body fat, and nothing would budge. Till we made a few strategic changes, which we're gonna run through in this video, you can achieve results just like Connor, just like Alan, just like Marissa, and just like Sam. Just a few of the hundreds, if not thousands at this point, of people that I've helped achieve their dreams physique. The blueprint is there, and now it's time to walk through it. The first thing to establish is you might be eating clean, but fat loss is not about clean. It's about math. It's about calorie deficit, and it's about skewing that equation in your favor. So you can eat all the clean food in the world, and if it's still too much, it's still too much. So if your calories are still too high, you're not gonna lose body fat. Here's some simple steps for you how to fix it. Number one, track your intake for a week. Do the same intake every day for a week. Of that intake, try to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you're 150 pounds, it's 150. If you're 250, it's 250. Set your fats at a minimum of 50 grams. The reason why we do that is because fats are incredible for hormonal health, skin health, and general micronutrition that's gonna help you achieve your fat loss a little bit quicker. The rest of it can be carbohydrates. So really figure out, depending on how much activity you do, maybe you are an electrician, you move a lot, maybe you're a lawyer and you sit at the desk a lot, the amount of carbohydrates that you need is going to be different. If you're moving all day, of course you're gonna need a few more calories. If you don't move all day, you are gonna need a little bit less. The most important thing to do is to stick to the same amount for a week. You are then going to establish what phase of calories you're in. If you have the same intake for a week, nothing else changes, your body weight goes up. You are in a calorie surplus. If your body weight stays the same, it's maintenance. If your body starts to drop weight, that is a calorie deficit. And that is the quickest way for you to establish whether you're in a calorie surplus or deficit. And this is the one thing that we do as a metabolic assessment with all of our one-to-one clients, essentially is this. Same food, same training, same activity for a week. What happens? Surplus, maintenance, deficit. Okay, cool, let's go forward. Once you get this number, you really have control of your fat loss phase. The next thing is that you're training, but you're just not building muscle. So most guys and girls, they just chase sweat, maybe even just chasing a pump. But if you're not getting stronger, if you are not doing more than what you did last time, you're not building muscle. And if you want to look leaner, you want to build more muscle. If you want to look leaner at lower body weights, if you want to look leaner at higher body fats, more muscle will do that. Believe it or not, I'm probably towards 18 to 19% of body fat. I still have veins in my arms, I still have a six pack, but I also carry a lot of weight. So for me, the body fat looks lower because I have way more muscle. So the more muscle you have, the better you'll look at higher body fats. It's also important to know that being super shredded year round isn't the best for you, isn't the healthiest thing for you. So actually, it could be in your best interest to build more muscle. So the most important factor you need to focus on is progressive overload and doing more than you did last time. And if you can't do more than you did last time, there is a problem with your program. It could be that you're doing too much volume, i.e. you're doing too many sets. It could be that you're not recovering well enough, you're not focusing on sleep. It could be that you're not eating enough. Again, that could come a little bit more difficult in a calorie deficit. But most importantly, you need to be training hard. Now, if you could put how hard you train on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being you cannot physically move that bar again, you really need to be training at a minimum intensity of about 7 out of 10. This is going to guarantee that you stimulate the right amount of tissue in order for you to send a signal to your body to then grow that tissue. A little bit more in depth is you are essentially recruiting motor units in the muscle. The harder you train, the more motor units you recruit, the more motor units you recruit, the more stimulus you create, the more stimulus you create, the more muscle you will build. And when you do it right, you'll burn more calories. and you'll boost metabolism, and in turn, you'll make sure you do fat loss and not weight loss. Weight loss is easy. Less calories, more cardio, stop training. But fat loss is a completely different ballgame. And that is where training performance becomes your absolute best friend and what you need to really focus on. The next thing is you're ignoring NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is, as like the title says, this is everything that you do that is not exercise. This is walking, this is eating, this is picking things up, this is general digestion, heart rate, muscle mass, keeping that stuff there. Those are the things that can massively move the needle without all of the effort that goes into it. So you're training really, really hard, you're eating low calories, but you're also sat down all day. So your body does not have a lot of need to use energy. Now, this is what we do with all of our clients, and it works almost instantaneously for those people who are sat down all day, especially if you're at a desk job, or if you work from home, or if you have a lot of responsibility at a computer, is to walk between 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And if it does feel like too much, you can absolutely start at 5 and go to 6 and go to 7 and work your way up to 10. But you'll be so surprised at how many calories that you'll burn by just moving your body weight for 8,000 steps a day. In fact, you could be burning up to 7 to 8 to 1,000 calories extra per day, depending how heavy you are, just by walking that simple amount. So if you do find yourself sedentary, this could completely change your fat loss journey. And if you are eating really low calories, you're wondering why the body weight isn't moving, it could just be you're not moving very much. And the best thing about it is there's no joint pain associated with it. There's no gear needed. You'll improve your blood sugar, you'll improve your digestion, you'll improve your blood pressure, you'll reduce your stress just by moving more. And this is what's really, really key, because you can do all the cardio in the world on a Stairmaster, on a cross trainer, on an incline walk, but guess what you're doing? You're putting a lot of stress through the body. So if you could minimize that output and maximize the low fatigue, the low impact output of NEAT, you're going to massively increase your chances of keeping things sustainable. The next thing is you're stressed and burned out. You have high stress, which leads to high cortisol, which leads to poor fat loss. High cortisol will absolutely stunt testosterone, estrogen, thyroid. It's a one-way track to really slow down your body fat loss. So what I want you to really focus on, again, it's not easier said than done, especially in this day age. You've got families, you've got jobs, you've got responsibilities. You do have things that cause natural stress, but if you can take time for yourself, whether that be a walk like we just mentioned, whether that be a meditation session, whether that even just be something like a leisurely swim, you will massively improve the ability to control cortisol, which in turn helps you lose body fat. You can do things as well a little bit further that can give you that time available to do that. Maybe you plan your meals a little bit better. Maybe you just set boundaries with work and relaxation, sleep more, and that is going to lead us into our fifth point, and again, a very, very important point. You sleep like trash. Yes, you. Right behind that camera, you sleep like trash. You can train like a beast, but if you sleep like garbage, you're going to absolutely stifle your results. You are leaving results on the table. Fix your sleep hygiene. It is so, so important. Poor sleep hygiene leads to worse blood glucose, worse blood pressure. It leads to worse mental health. Did you know that over 50% of people with mental health disorders, whether that be anxiety, depression, or more, have also got poor sleep? So if you improve your sleep, you will improve fat loss, you improve your muscle gain, you improve your mental health. It's a very, very good thing to really focus on. And the best part about sleep hygiene is that some of the things that you can do to improve it are completely free. Have a blackout room, right? Maybe that's not completely free, but you can buy some blackout blinds on Amazon for £15, 20 euros, or 100 dirhams, wherever you are in the world. Lower the temperature of your room. If you haven't got air conditioning, maybe you've got a fan. You know that your body has to, we know that your body has to lower in temperature to get into a deep sleep. So if you have a high temperature room, you're going to inhibit your deep sleep. Get a comfy pillow, get a comfy duvet, get a comfy mattress. These things are absolutely key. You should be spending 7.5 minimum hours every single day in this room. So make the room worth it. Another thing you can do is take a hot shower before bed. It increases thermogenesis. It allows your body to cool down a little bit, and it will massively help you just get into that kind of sleepy state. Another thing is routine. Wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time. Without fail, every single night, I'm in bed by 10:30, and by 9:30, almost like someone flicks a switch and my body goes, oh, you're getting a bit tired now, because I do the same thing every day and every night. There are a few supplements that can help as well. Again, I'm putting this low down the list because I think there's some low-hanging fruit that you can take completely for free. Magnesium biglycinate, incredible for regulating your nervous system, incredible for reducing that stress level, what we talked about earlier. It actually can help that kind of pre-bed anxiety a little bit. So if anyone sits in bed and has those racing thoughts, magnesium biglycinate can massively help. Another thing is melatonin. Melatonin, take that about 2 to 3 hours before bed. Something like 1 to 2 milligrams can also massively help you increase that ability to get to sleep, but also stay asleep. And just as a general reference, guys, 7.5 hours sleep is optimal. Sleep works in sleep cycles, 90-minute sleep cycles to be exact, roughly. We want about 5 of those a night. So 5 times 90, 7.5 hours a night. So those are some really, really low-hanging fruit. And I promise you, if you do not start to see your belly fat start to lose within a week, there is another problem. Drop me a DM personally on Instagram, and I'm going to work with you to fix that problem. And I guarantee you that if you do these steps for the next 30 days, you're going to look back and go, okay, that worked. That's all it is. It's super simple. Make sure you amalgamate all of those points into one, and I promise you're going to massively increase your chances. And if this helped, hit a like. And if you feel like you're still doing these things, you're not quite cracking the code, I've been doing this for 12 years as a professional online coach. So what I want you to do, if you really are struggling, is hit the link below for a completely free diagnostic call where I will run through as many low-hanging fruits with you as possible and potentially help you get along your fat loss journey and finally crack the code. Click the link in the description, hit the link in the first link in the comment section, and we will find your low-hanging fruit. We will fix the root cause and we'll get you the result that you need. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace and love, everybody. See you in the next one.